caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the...
What's up, guys? Lance, the Obscure Movie Guy, coming to you once again with another fun-filled, fact-filled video that you probably won't care about, but we're going to do it anyways, trying to change the world one post at a time. And as of this recording, we are now 3 weeks into the 2024 year, which is just enough time for people to have started and quit their New Year's resolutions. That being said, the most popular New Year resolution is always going to be losing weight and trying to get back into shape. Something that this guy here is never going to do. I don't even make a New Year's resolution, and I'm definitely not going to make that one, knowing my fat ass is not going to make it to the gym. That being said, we're going to take a look at 3 ridiculous horror flicks that revolve around the 1980s, and of course, the fad that was the aerobics. Yes, the aerobics took off in the 1980s, and for some weird reason, there was some sort of aerobicsploitation in the horror genre. It almost became a sub-genre, if you will. So with that being said, we're going to take a look at 3 films today, all of which revolve around some sort of aerobic activity in a horror setup. And the first one we're going to look at is 1987's Killer Workout.
Killer Workout is a 1987 American slasher film written and directed by David A. Pryor, starring Marcia Carr, David James Campbell, Fritz Matthews, Ted Pryor, and Teresa Vanderwood. The story revolves around a Los Angeles fitness club owned by a Rhonda Johnson. A detective begins to investigate the gym after several of its members are brutally murdered by an unknown attacker. Killer Workout was released direct-to-video in the United Kingdom under its alternative title of Aerobicide in the spring of 1987. Academy Home Entertainment released the film on video in the United States on March 27th of 1987, and in 2016, Olive Films released a Blu-ray edition under their sub-label Slasher Video.
So, by no means is this a good movie. It is a fun movie, though. It's definitely a fun movie to watch if you were, like, getting drunk or high or something like that. It's completely ridiculous. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not very well written. There's some weird subplots that don't come together at all. There's a private detective that is just there. It's never really mentioned as to why he's there, what he's truly investigating, or who hired him. Plus, there's the actual detective. And then there's the weird subplot of Rhonda's sister being killed in a tanning bed incident, which just, again, was a weird subplot that really didn't come together. But it is a funny movie because it is so bad. And it is a fun movie to watch. It is a bad movie, though. The other thing that I don't quite grasp here with this movie was the weapon of choice. So while this movie does take place in a gym, there's not very many murders or kills that revolve around gym equipment. There's only like 1 or 2, and they really could have explored and used their imagination with a lot more stuff in the gym to kill people with. But their weapon of choice was a giant-sized, almost... It was a giant safety pin. It was so big it's comedic. I don't know what the premise was. It's almost like a novelty item. It's like a novelty safety pin. It's so big. Like they were going to put a diaper on the baby from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. It's crazy. It's stupid. I guess they were trying to get away from the whole, like, Michael Myers has, the butcher knife, and Jason has the machete, and Freddy has his, claws or whatever. I guess they were trying to, like, put their own staple on something, and they came up with the safety pin, and it's just, it's ridiculous. So that's the type of movie you're going to get into if you watch this. Again, it's not a good movie, but it is a fun time. If you're sitting back and relaxing, getting drunk or getting high, it's a great movie to watch while doing something like that. From there, we're going to move into 1989's, again, another ridiculous horror movie, 1989's Death Spa.
Death Spa is a 1988 American supernatural slasher film directed by Michael Fiscia, starring William Buhlmiller, Brenda Bacchi, Merritt Buttrick, Ken Foree, Karen Parsons, Rosalind Cash, and Vanessa Bell Calloway. The plot follows a series of mysterious deaths occurring in a high-tech Los Angeles health spa, resulting from the spirit of the owner's deceased wife, who possesses the club's intricate computer system. In Europe and Asia, the film was released under its alternative title of Witch Bitch. Buttrick's role in the film was his last before his death, while Parsons' role marked her feature film debut as an actress.
So, of the three movies that I'm going to go over, Death Spa is definitely the best of the three that I'm going to talk about. The storyline, again, it's still not a very good movie, but it is a lot of fun to watch. The storyline is a lot more cohesive than Killer Workout, or the next one that I'm going to talk about. And the subplots, there's not as many subplots, and some of them do kind of make sense, even though it is kind of a ridiculous premise. Obviously, the ghost taking over this high-tech computer system from 1989 and, again, killing people because it is a death spa. It is still a gym type thing, but there's a few more kills that correlate with that it being a gym / spa workout type thing. Interestingly enough, there is a scene in Killer Workout where they write, and I think you can see it in the trailer, but they write Aerobicide on a window, which was its other name. And also on that window, they also write Death Spa, like they were vandalizing Rhonda's thing. So it's ironic that they write Death Spa in Killer Workout. I guess some guy saw the movie and was like, that's a great title for another movie just like it, and then came up with Death Spa for 1989. It can't just be a coincidence. There's some correlation there that nobody wants to talk about because these movies are pretty bad. And the last one I want to talk about, again, absolutely ridiculous. 1989, Slashdance.
Slashdance is a 1989 horror slasher film written and directed by James Shyman. It stars Sidney Freda, James Carroll Jordan, and John Henry Richardson. Beautiful dancers are being brutally murdered at the Van Slake Theater. Is it the weird brothers who run the theater, the perverted stage manager, or perhaps a vengeful ghost? Bombshell detective Tori Raines must go undercover as a dancer to find the killer or become its next victim.
So again, another ridiculous movie. You know, I had higher hopes for this one. Like I'm a big 80s fan. I grew up in the 80s and I do like Flashdance as a movie. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I don't care what you say. I like Flashdance. So when I saw a movie that was Slashdance, I had high hopes for it to be a little bit better than it was. Now don't get me wrong. It's not a good movie at all. It's actually probably the worst of these three. But again, it's one of those things that's so bad it's fun to watch. Just it's hilarious in how bad it is. Kind of like Samurai Cop. Like, you know that's not a good movie, but it's fun to watch. And that's kind of what you get with Slashdance. Pretty much the whole thing is shot inside of this theater. I guess that's all they could afford as far as the budget went. The characters, I mean, they're just ridiculous. They're over-the-top exaggerations of what they're supposed to be. Sydney Frieda did do a good job as Detective Tory Raines. She was probably the most convincing actor slash actress of the bunch. But really, everything else about this film was pretty ridiculous and dumb. And even supposed to be like Slashdance, there wasn't even like a good dance number. Like not even a halfway decent dance number to like at least try and like, you know, set the premise for the film. Like it's supposed to be this theater and like the girls that they got to do the dancing, like clearly they were not professional dancers. They looked like they were pretty much learning as they went along. Like, and I don't even know like if they even had a proper choreographer. It doesn't look like it. But again, one of those films that it's so bad. I don't want to say it's so bad it's good, because it's not. But it is so bad that it's fun. It's fun to watch. It's funny to watch. And again, all three of these movies, you know, have kind of fallen into this weird subgenre of this aerobicsploitation type thing that the 80s had going on. The 80s loved their aerobics, man. They really did. So I can remember my mom going to aerobics class every Saturday morning when I was a kid, and I would have to sit through that. Luckily, there was a playroom, so I could go, you know, do whatever. But man, the aerobics in the 80s was a big thing, and even if you don't watch movies that are necessarily like supposed to be just about aerobics like these are, like there's a lot of movies where they try to interject some sort of aerobic scene or montage into a lot of horror films and a lot of other films, and it was just weird how the aerobics just took over in the 80s. And now not so much. Now it's all about CrossFit training, which for this guy, that's for the birds. Give me a plate of nachos instead. So that's my take on three hilarious horror movies that kind of correlate with New Year's resolutions, because I'm sure most of you people started a New Year's resolution and have not nearly followed through with it at all. I know my ass doesn't, my ass won't. I'm too grumpy, old, and fat for all that bull crap. So there you have it. Like, subscribe, and comment to the YouTube channel. Share the video. Try and get the word out. Let's get up to 500 subscribers this year. That's my goal. I've got like 362 right now. I would like to hit 500 this year. That's my goal. So share it, subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Check me out on Facebook, YouTube, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hi, me again. I needed to add this little tidbit at the end of this video because as I was in the process of editing this video, I came across the good people over at Portal B YouTube channel, and they too do similar videos and watch a lot of the same movies that I do, and we happened to run into a snafu where they also did Killer Workout and Death Spa. So I just wanted to let them know that I wasn't trying to copy them. They beat me to the punch. We both had very similar ideas heading into this week. So just wanted to let them know that I'm not trying to copy them. I enjoy Portal B. And if you guys enjoy my videos and you want to go check them out, you can check them out on Facebook. You can check them out on YouTube. And if you like what I do, then you'll like what they do. It's a more cynical point of view on a lot of the stuff, which is pretty comical as well. But yeah, I like you guys over there at Portal B, and we've talked a couple of times. So Didn't want you guys to think I was trying to steal your thunder or copy off of you. We just happened to run into the same thing. Like I told them, it was like two girls wearing the same dress to the prom. It was very unexpected. So, but yeah, check out Portal B on Facebook and YouTube. I'll try and leave a link in the comments or in the description below. And again, like, subscribe, comment to my channel. Check them out. Like, subscribe, and comment to their channel. They are a couple of good group of people right there. And I will see you guys in the next one.